Hello and welcome, dear crypto friends, to this new episode. So what is happening with the crypto market and where are we headed? As always, we start with our good old Bitcoin liquid index chart on TradingView that goes back all the way to 2010. And what is happening now? Well, we are rising, we are pumping like crazy. I thought that maybe we would be going down because we had this pretty bearish candle here. But Bitcoin doesn't want to go down, it just wants to continue climbing upwards. So what does that mean now? Well, personally, I'm not a fan of it, okay? I would have preferred Bitcoin cooling off a little, the stochastic RSI going down a little, going down here and then going up for the next pump. But right now, what I don't like so much about the current situation is that we are already overbought, and we have been overbought for quite a while now. And this also happened here and here, and every time this happens we have massive corrections afterwards, and I'm talking massive corrections. Okay, so after this run up here in 2019, basically there was a huge and very long lasting correction, and then we had the same situation in March to July 2021 where we had this also very long lasting and brutal corrections. So I have to say, I really don't like it that Bitcoin continues pumping already now. I would have preferred something like this here because of this bearish shooting star candle, which was also very similar to this pattern here. So I was thinking, okay, maybe we'll cool off a bit, go down a bit, then sideways, and then go up for the next pump. But right now it looks as if Bitcoin already wants to continue now. So what does that mean? Well, it's a bit hard to say, to be honest. So we could see something like this forming, some kind of an ascending triangle, okay? And we had the last time an ascending triangle in the big bull run in 2017, kind of like this, It was kind of an ascending triangle formation, which normally is a bearish formation. But Bitcoin has the tendency in bull markets to break to the upside. In these normally bearish formations, in these ascending triangles, Bitcoin has the tendency to break to the upside in a bull market, which is pretty fun. Okay, so we are going up now, and we could see such a triangle forming. In our long-term chart here, the ceiling is already at 140,000, and if we continue now wobbling around here in this triangle, and then breaking up to the upside, we would already be pretty near at the upper end of the band in December or January. And this would be at around 150,000. So that's why I don't like it that we are pumping so hard, because that means that we will get to the ceiling faster, and that means the top for Bitcoin will be lower. So the longer Bitcoin needs to reach the peak, the higher the peak will be. In the long-term view, this looks like this. So we have the first phase of the rally, and then we have an ascending triangle. And then here in 2017, when it broke out of the ascending triangle, we went price-wise, it more than doubled. So it went from 8,000 to 20,000, okay? And if the same would happen, we would go from 80,000 to about 200,000. So this trend channel, by the way, it's not a fixed trend channel. It can be broken. We see that it was broken to the downside in the Corona crash. So of course it can be broken to the upside. Of course we can go through this upper trend line here. It will be seen now in this rally if this channel will still continue to hold, or if we are going to need a new model. Looking at our altcoin market cap, we can see that the altcoins are still going higher upwards. We are making new all-time highs now with the altcoins. We are still not in overbought territory. The stochastic RSI is still looking pretty good. So I think that the interesting phase is just about to start. So if you look at what happened in 2015 to 2017, we had 2 years of grinding upwards, and this grinding upwards, the slope is pretty similar to this slope here. And then suddenly it went absolutely berserk in 2017, okay? It went absolutely crazy, and the market started to go into overdrive mode. And now basically the same could happen. We could start to go into overdrive mode very soon. I don't think we'll go so high because the numbers are getting more and more insane now, but we could go over 10 trillion market cap, 10 trillion, 15 trillion, maybe even 20 trillion with luck. These are market caps we might indeed reach. And if you say a 10 to 20 trillion dollar market cap, that means that Bitcoin could easily go to a 5 trillion market cap, which would correspond to $300,000, and the top altcoins can reach in their peak around 50% of Bitcoin's market cap. This would mean that Ethereum, for example, if it has 50% Bitcoin market cap and Bitcoin's market cap would go to 5 trillion, Ethereum would have a market cap of 2.5 trillion, corresponding to almost 5 times its current price. So we are talking an Ethereum price of almost $25,000, so between $20,000 and $25,000. Now we don't know who will be on place 2 or place 3. I strongly suspect that we will see a pleasant surprise, but no matter what coin will be on place 2 or place 3, it will be similar to market cap on the peak. And I'm talking for a brief moment during the peak of about 50% of Bitcoin's market cap and could even surpass Ethereum. So another coin, for example, if Binance coin would do that, Binance coin could basically go times 25 from here on onwards, which is absolutely crazy to think about. I personally have the opinion that XRP will surprise us all, and in the very end, when no one will believe it possible, go to a market cap which will correspond to the market cap of Ethereum. Because that is exactly what it did the last times in all the previous cycles. So it always surpassed Ethereum for a brief while, and I still think this is absolutely possible. But of course, a lot will depend on the SEC lawsuit. Looking at individual coins now, we can start, for example, with the Solana that everyone likes. So I cannot give you good predictions, for example, on Solana, because Solana is a new coin. We have no data. We don't know how it behaved before. It just started in April 2020 and it just keeps pumping like crazy, and we have no idea where the top will be, okay? We cannot do any meaningful price extrapolation with this little amount of data. With Cardano, you can do more meaningful stuff, in my opinion. If you look at Cardano, you can at least say, Cardano already had a peak here, so we can use the Fibonacci extensions from the top to the low and drag it up, and we can see that if we take the full extension, there's still room to grow. So in fact, Cardano could actually still go tenfold from here on, you know? It is possible. Looking at LTC even started pumping now, which is a nice sight to behold. So we saw that LTC is doing a very long-term pattern, and I think we will see a nice breakthrough through this resistance line here. And basically LTC is doing a super huge cup and handle pattern. We'll go through and go to new highs. How high can it go? Well, let's see. We draw the Fibonacci extensions. Maximum, in theory, it could go to 7,400, but I think the likelihood that it goes so high is not too high in my opinion. So if we don't take the full extension but only the regular one, then basically Litecoin can go to $1,600, $1,700. This is the 4.236 Fibonacci extension. What is XRP doing? It's still sleeping as always. XRP always sleeping, always driving people mad, always making everyone crazy, making everyone angry. Why did I buy XRP? Well, if we go into XRP and do the Fibonacci extensions, then basically we can see it can easily go to $13. And if we are super lucky, and I'm talking must be really lucky, and XRP wins the SEC lawsuit and everything is super awesome, it might be possible that XRP will surprise us and do a full Fibonacci extension to around $57, okay? It is possible. It is possible. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not saying like, guys, go all in XRP now because it's going to happen. I'm just saying that based on historical data, it is possible, okay? However, I also think that a $13 scenario is certainly more likely than a $57 scenario. And this will also depend strongly on how high Bitcoin will go. You know, I don't see $57 happening if Bitcoin only goes to 150,000. It is much more likely to happen if Bitcoin goes to 300,000 and if the SEC case ends in time. Then I can see it happen. If not, it will be more difficult. Let's look at another good old coin, that is IOTA. And IOTA is still like XRP, trading way below the old all-time high. IOTA is now at 141. I can see it easily going to $27 at the end of this cycle, easily. Will it do a full Fibonacci extension? Also not so likely. 217. I'm not saying it's not possible, because 100x can happen with coins, but I'm just saying it's not as likely, you know? It's not as likely. The same as with XRP hitting $57. It's just not as likely. I'm not saying it's impossible, because in the world of crypto, friends, nothing is impossible, as we learned countless times. Let's look at another funny old coin from old times, Bitcoin Cash, also known as good old Bcash. So basically, Bitcoin Cash is really sitting also way below its old all-time high of 4,000. Now it's sitting at 693. I mean, this is like absolutely crazy how much lower that is. So I don't see Bitcash having any chance of doing a full Fibonacci extension to 70,000. I think this is absolutely impossible. But I can also see this going to 16,866, so 17,000 at the 4.236 Fibonacci extension. I can see this happening because, as we said in one of the last videos, that Bitcoin is now having lengthening cycles, and the Bitcoin top might be as late as February or March, or even in some extreme cases June 2022. However, now that Bitcoin is pumping, I think the June 2022 scenario has become a lot more unlikely, and I think we are aiming for the March scenario. So we can say that many altcoins will have their rally in April 2022. And if we look here, April 2022, that's still far away, that's still a ways off. And we can see that once a pump starts, like here, like what Bitcoin Cash did here, once it starts, it can go in a time span of, it was 9th of October to 18th of December. So in about a time span of 2 months, it went from $290 to 4,000. So almost 20-fold. So the same thing could happen now. You know, it's grinding upwards, and then suddenly in a very short time span, bam, it goes upwards like crazy. So these coins are treacherous because they are not doing anything for a long period of time. Like here, you think they are dead, basically, are grinding upwards, and then suddenly boom, out of nowhere. There are many coins behaving like that, and friends, the behavior of every coin is a bit different. There are the fast coins that are pumping before, and then there are the laggards, and then there are coins that pump together with BTC, and then there are coins that do nothing while BTC is rising, and then out of nowhere they go vertical in a very short time span. The behavior of every coin is a bit different, so we have to keep that in mind. So this is the market overview. Bitcoin is pumping. We are heading over 100,000 for sure. How soon it will happen? I'm still clinging to the March 2022 scenario. Let's see if this will be confirmed. And of course, we will closely monitor the situation. Thanks a lot for watching, friends. Have a nice day and see you next time.